Hi, everyone. This is Seth Screamo from the Best of Wooster, and today I have Carolyn from the Ivory Room. She's going to tell us a little bit about what's going on today. Carolyn, how are you doing today?
Hey, Seth, I'm doing great. Thank you so much for having me. I'm excited to talk about Ivory Room and all the fun things we have going on.
Awesome. All right, folks. Well, let's get into the questions then. So, can you share the story behind the Ivory Room and what makes it such a unique bridal boutique experience?
Yes, absolutely. So, the bridal dress shopping experience now in 2025 is just that it's an experience. You're coming here to not only find your wedding dress, but spend valuable time with your family and friends, having a moment that will create, in turn, a core memory that you will remember forever. So, we have a lot of different ways we do that here, and I'm excited to talk about those today. But it is a one-on-one experience at Ivory Room. Nobody else is in the store. So it's a private dress shopping experience that will make you feel like $1,000,000.
Awesome. So, speaking of core memories, what inspired you to start the Ivory Room? I know that you told me that there was like a New Year's nudge from your uncle.
That's correct, Seth. So on January 1st of 2022, I was once again talking about Ivory Room and how I was going to open this bridal boutique, and it was going to be this wonderful space where people could feel like they belonged, felt comfortable, and just had this five-star experience. And I had it on my heart for many, many years, and I talked about it often. And on this very day, this January 1st of 2022, I was talking about it once again. I'm sure I was a broken record. And my uncle looked at me and he said, Carolyn, just do the thing. Just do it. You are capable. You can do it. Just do it. And so that next day, I had kind of sat on it, that evening and night, talked to my husband, Freddie, and we decided, let's just do it. Let's do the thing. Let's open up this boutique. We are capable. We can do it. And so on October 12th of 2022, we opened the doors of Ivory Room. It was a wild and crazy year. Freddie and I both were working full time. I had a wonderful job that I loved. And we decided to jump in head first, learn all we could about the bridal industry, and open up this place that we now love and are so excited to have here in Worcester.
Yes. So, starting a business like this from scratch is no small task. What were some of the biggest challenges you faced and how did you overcome them?
Yes, absolutely. Well, neither Freddie nor myself were in the world of bridal, which is a very unique and niche market for sure. So I had to learn everything I could in about a 10-month time frame about the bridal market, about buying, about going to market to buy dresses, and about how business in general works, the things we needed to do, X, Y, and Z to open the shop, as far as getting your EIN, setting up the business, all of those intricacies that, seem pretty easy, but if you've never done it before, can be a challenge. But with some grit and with a lot of support from Freddie and assistance from family, we were able to overcome those obstacles, learn a lot. We hit the ground running. The organization I was working for, United Way of Wayne and Homes, was so supportive. It was a really hard job to leave because I loved it, but they knew I had to follow my dream and open up this shop, and that's exactly what we did.
Awesome. So, speaking of opening up your shop, what made you realize it was a perfect fit for downtown Worcester?
Absolutely. So, what happened was it's kind of funny because I actually got married in a courthouse. Freddie and I did not have this big grand wedding where I wore a wedding dress, which is kind of funny. But my cousin, Madeline, was going wedding dress shopping. And her dad happens to be the one who gave me that New Year's Day nudge to open up the shop to kind of put all the pieces together. But I went dress shopping with Madeline and my aunt, and we had this incredible experience. And we, really left just thinking something like this would do so well in downtown Worcester. It's such a lovely town with so much support. It's very metropolitan. It's like a metro area in a small town. It's very unique. And so we decided, I kind of decided that day, I feel like that was something I wanted to do because I knew from deep within, I'm sure it was a little God wink, that I could, in fact, do this and that it would fit so well in downtown Worcester.
Yeah, sometimes it's like Nike, you just gotta do it.
You do. Yes, you're exactly right.
So these days, bridal shopping is all about creating an experience. You've mentioned this a couple times, but what are some ways Ivory Room develops and gives their customers an unforgettable one for the brides that come in here?
Yes, absolutely. So, something I have had the ability to do was to make it a completely private experience. So, right now, when you come into the shop, you're not competing with other brides trying to try on dresses. It's truly a one on one experience. So, that's, I would say, we call it the OG, the original appointment. It's the OG. You can come in with up to six family and friends, enjoy this space, which I feel is very, it's a very upscale feeling, but it's also very homey. I always tell everybody, make yourself at home here. I know bridal dress shopping and just shopping in general, you can go into some stores and feel like you don't belong there. If you've ever walked into a Gucci or a Prada or a Louis Vuitton, sometimes you feel like you can't touch anything, or you feel like you don't belong there. And that was something I knew I didn't ever want anybody to feel here. I wanted everybody to feel welcome at home and like they belonged. And so the OG experience gives you that. But on top of that experience, we also have some other really fun appointment types where we partner with local businesses, like our donuts, dresses, and mocktails appointment. Seasonally, we bring in Lurch's Donuts, which people love. It's one of my most popular appointments. And you get this mocktail, you get to eat donuts, and you just are enveloped in this really fun and fancy appointment that you feel just it's just a lot of fun. We also let you choose your own music. So you can choose from a selection of playlists. So that again makes you feel like home. But we do pride ourselves in our specialty appointments. You can check those out on our website. We have many, many that will suit many different women's needs for sure.
What's the favorite music you've had so far?
So definitely pop is very, very popular. Contemporary Christian's very popular. I've only ever had two brides choose rap, but it's, country, super popular. So I would say country, Christian, and pop are definitely the top favorites.
Awesome. Yep, music goes a long way, that's for sure.
Absolutely. It's funny because I feel like all of your senses can be used during the shopping experience. So we do try to bring all of those in for sure.
So, since opening the Ivory Room in 2022, you've already expanded your shop. Can you tell us about that decision and how has it shaped your business?
Yes, absolutely. Well, the space we're in now, and though you can't see it, it is a one-room space. This is 217 East Liberty. It's where it all started. We started in this beautiful space that was built in 1911, in October of 2022. And my landlord, Robin Carlton, is lovely. And she actually bought White's Jewelers when it went out of business. She bought that building. And though we probably weren't quite ready to expand yet, we knew we needed more space because we were already busting at the seams. So we did a lot of praying and a lot of, just digging pretty deep to see if this was the right thing to do. And we definitely got another little God wink, knowing that that was the direction that we needed to go. So we talked to Robin. She was willing to lease us that space. And here we are today, and two beautiful spaces that are connected. One is the gown gallery, and one is the bridal lounge where you try on dresses. So it has given us so much space. We actually have a highly sought after parking lot in the back, 18 spaces actually, which is like a jewel in downtown Worcester. So we are able to have the ability to continue to grow and expand with the addition of the White's Jewelers building, 211 East Liberty, where I have a back room now. I have storage, I have space. Whereas, and this first space, I really was working out of my house and out of this space, and it was just getting kind of complicated. Definitely, business now flows a little easily because we have more storage than we had before and a lot more room for more dresses.
So, speaking of growing, you're already active in so many professional groups and committees. How do you balance it all and continue to grow professionally?
Yes, absolutely. Well, my husband and I know it's very important to be active in the community where you live, work, and play. And that's what we do here. We live in Worcester. We love Worcester. We are huge proponents of Worcester and are just so grateful to be here in this town that has so much, everybody who lives here has so much love for the community. And so we knew it was important to get involved. I learned that when I was at United Way, which really gave me the ability to see how important those things were. I also had great mentors and my uncle and my aunt who are super involved in the community. So definitely making time for it can be hard sometimes, but it's something that's very important to me. It's important to my family. And I know is something that is so worthwhile because you're making a greater impact on the community where you live.
So, speaking of community, with what you do in your line of work, building relationships is huge, as well it is for me. So, how do you stay engaged with your customers and the local community?
Yes, absolutely. So the way that I stay involved with the brides is, I get to see them at several points. Initially they'll have their appointment. Sometimes they come back for a second appointment. These days you want to be certain that the dress you are saying yes to is in fact the dress. I would rather somebody be 100% sure than buy a dress that they're not 100% sure of. I always say, I need you to be sure. And so, sometimes they come back for a take two appointment, which is just for that to solidify their choice. And then beyond that, um, I definitely connect with them by making them feel at home here. I have conversations where I really get to know them in the dressing room. I'm in the dressing room with them, getting them dressed, learning what they do for a living, learning about their families, what their interests are, where they're getting married. I feel like they come here not knowing me, but they definitely leave as my friend. That's really important to me as far as relationship building. You want to be comfortable with whoever you're supporting, and them supporting my business truly means the world to me. So I feel like, just having that friendship and maintaining that. I have had several brides invite me to their weddings. I've had several brides where, they send me Christmas cards, and I've really been able to develop relationships with them outside of this business. And then as far as the community goes, just getting involved. I'm involved with the Chamber of Commerce, Main Street Worcester. I'm on their board now. So just kind of being in the know and going to local events is really important to just connect and build relationships in the community.
Awesome. So, let's say we had a crystal ball in front of us and we could see where the Ivory Room would be in the next 5 years. What's your vision for this boutique's growth?
Well, I'm currently still the only employee. And I always tell people that as soon as they come in, like, look, we're trying to be smart business owners. We want longevity. We haven't hired anybody yet. So, definitely step one here. Hopefully, in 2025, we will be hiring somebody to come in and work with me and do appointments as well. And then from there, we actually have some fun ideas up our sleeves. Seth, as you know, being a business owner, we can be a little crazy and have some of these ideas that, you're not an entrepreneur if you're not crazy, right? So
Mhm.
we actually have some really fun things up our sleeve that I won't divulge on this podcast today. But in 2025, 2026, we will be growing in some very fun ways. And we're excited to be able to announce that to everybody here in the next few months. But everyone get excited. There's big things coming from Ivory Room.
Awesome. Sounds like we're going to have a couple follow up episodes then. For anyone who's listening who might be dreaming of starting something similar, what's your biggest piece of advice to make them take the leap?
Yes, I actually had a great conversation this morning. I spoke earlier today at the high school actually about just faith. It was the Fellowship of Christian Athletes, and just talking about how God has led me to this place, opening Ivory Room, and just how everything kind of develops. And it's really scary. It can be very, very scary. But I would say, like my uncle said to me, just do the thing. If you're thinking of it, you are capable. You can do it. It takes patience. It's not easy, Seth. You know that. It can be a roller coaster adventure ride, but it is so worth it in the end because you will have seen what you have built. And it's something for me that's very, very important that my kids, my two kids, Santi and Ari, can look at and be proud of. It actually makes me emotional when I talk about it because I want them to see what Freddie and I did and built for them.
Awesome. So success doesn't happen alone. Who are some of the people you'd like to acknowledge for their role in your journey and how they supported you?
Absolutely. Well, first and foremost, my husband Freddie and my kids. Seth, I have missed a lot of my kids' activities. It was something we knew would happen with me being the only employee, and my kids have been, I'm so sorry, I'm getting
There you
emotional,
go.
so supportive of me. And I am so grateful for Freddie and their support. Freddie works tirelessly. He works a full-time job, and then still makes time to help me with stuff at the Ivory Room. And then I also have an amazing brother and sister in law who have been so supportive. And then, honestly, my aunt and uncle, Steve and Chris, have been absolutely just gold to me. They have encouraged me every step of the way. They always say how proud they are of me. And to have that encouragement from two people who I love so much and look up to as mentors just has really reinforced grit in me and reinforced that I'm right where I should be.
Awesome. So speaking about where you should be, it's Friday night. You're about to head out for dinner. Where's your go-to spot? And why is Bosco's Pizza a family favorite?
Absolutely. So we are a pizza family. We have done Pizza Fridays for as long as I can remember. Santi is going to be 18 years old here, and I think we have done it since he was little. So Bosco's is just, they have such an amazing selection of pizza. We can get something different, and just it's a good quality pizza. I can't help it. It's just such a good place to grab pizza and chill out on a Friday night. So definitely it is something, it's a treasure here in Worcester for sure.
It's funny. I just interviewed Blair so, from Bosco. Yeah. So yep. Good guy. Good guy. So when you're not working, where can people usually find you, and what keeps you drawing back to the Ivory Room?
Absolutely. So my kids are both involved in sports. My son's a swimmer. He's actually going to go on to swim in college next year at Mount Union. So you can find me at the pool, or my daughter who's 12 plays soccer for Strikers, or you can find us at the soccer fields. We love to support our kids and be as involved with them as we can be. Freddie does, have to do a lot more running around than me at this point in time, especially on Saturdays because I'm typically working. But my kids' activities are really important to us. So you can find me at the pool or the soccer field or the Ivory Room. That's pretty much where, if you're trying to find me, I'll be at one of those
Okay.
locations.
Makes sense. So one of the questions I always ask people is what their favorite movie is, and you said Jerry Maguire. Why does that resonate with you professionally or personally?
Yeah, I think that movie made a really big impact on me, and I've seen it so many times. I mean, I can quote, "Who's coming
Um,
with me?" Right? And Jerry Maguire just had such grit in a moment where his career was really going down the tubes, and he raised himself up, started his own business, and was so successful. And so I think it's one of those feel good movies that you can watch over and over again and never get sick of because it's so inspiring. So I think that is a movie that everybody should see at some point in time.
for sure. Show me the money. What's the best thing about your life right now, and how does your family fit into your journey as a business owner?
Yes. So I know you use the word family in the question, but I'm going to use that word to answer the question family. Family is the most important thing to me because without my family, I would be lost. I would be nothing. And their support and their love for me just means the world. They have been there every step of the way. And I'm just so grateful for them, their guidance, their support, their push. My aunt hosts family meals on Sunday nights. Those are so important to me. I hate to miss a family dinner on Sunday night. So it's definitely something where Freddie, the kids, all the other people I've mentioned, and so many more friends. I have some wonderful, wonderful friends in this community and beyond. My best friend Jen is such a gem. Just such a godsend to me. She has been so supportive. So I would say, family and friends are definitely at the very top of my list.
Awesome. So let's say I'm a bride and I want to get in contact with the Ivory Room to get a fitting. What's the best way to do that?
Absolutely. So first of all, follow me on Instagram. It's Ivory Room Wooster, Wooster. If you're not from Worcester, and then you can also find me at my website, ivoryroomworcester.com, and that's actually where you can book your appointment. If you're old school, you can also call me at 330-641-5786.
Awesome. Is there anything else you'd like to add?
No, I would just like to reiterate how grateful I am for my family and everybody who supports me and the community that has just really rallied behind Freddie and I during this new venture for us. We are beyond grateful. We're so lucky to live in such a supportive and amazing community. And thank you so much for taking the time to listen today. I'm so grateful.
Yeah, it was great getting to know you and know more about the Ivy Room. If there's anyone out there that needs to get any other contact information, you can reach out to myself at 330-221-1547. All right, have a great day. Bye.